everybody, this is Angela Savage, the daughter of IndyCar driver Swede Savage. It's time to watch stories from motorsports. My buddy, Doug Kenny, loves to share the journey of people in racing, and he is an amazing dude. Drivers, owners, fans, and team members, watch the SFM podcast.
Hey everybody, this is Doug Kenny from Stories from Motorsports. I'd like to thank my buddy Josh Mabe for the YouTube work he did years ago that inspired me to create this platform. I'd like to thank my buddy Victor Sifton for convincing me to get back into it after my hiatus from 2017 to 2019. I have a very special treat for you all today with an amazing journey from an amazing racing figure. Drivers, start your engines. Yeah, but that's the intensity of competition. It's, sometimes you can, out of the heat of the moment, make stupid decisions. So, sometimes it's a good thing when your car can't continue after the crash.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. So, do you have any funny moments from your career so far?
Some funny moments. I have had, the first thing that came to my mind is I was running in the GT America series in a Saline, and I finished the race, came on across the checkered flag. I won that race, but it was kind of an invitational. There weren't that many people racing against us. So I don't consider that as much of a win, but I ran out of gas on my way to the podium in pit lane. So I was stranded, and then I had to walk from pit lane all the way over to the podium, and they were like, "Where is your car?" I was like, "Guys, I ran out of gas." So that was quite a funny moment. The whole car just shut down, couldn't hear on the radio, because obviously the race was over, so it was quite funny that I was just stranded on pit lane. None of my team was there, and I had to walk to the podium, and then we could celebrate.
Yeah. Didn't that happen in an Indianapolis 500 that was rain shortened? I think it was with Johnny Rutherford in 1976, I believe.
I think so. I think you're right.
Yeah, it's amazing when you can have similar stories as big names in the sport,
Yeah. History repeats itself.
Yeah. Who's your biggest hero in racing?
My biggest hero, I would say just an icon, is Senna. He is just one that I think a lot of people look up to. And I think also another one is just Danica Patrick, how she was versatile and ran the NASCAR and IndyCar as well. Just those are two drivers that I think I look up to and respect a lot from.
I agree with you. I think Danica and Janet Guthrie and a few others were the women that paved the way for ladies to start competing in racing, and I think Danica Patrick made it just as good and showed that women can compete, I think, during her race at Indianapolis where she almost won.
Yeah, for sure. That was quite a cool experience. And a great history for females in motorsport.
Yeah, it was very big. Do you think you'll get to that stage eventually of competing in Indy cars based on how things look?
I think so. I think anything is possible. It just might take time for others to get there. So I would love to get back there and get back into the open wheel scene. It's just a matter of time, so I think it's definitely possible for me to be in that position one day.
Yeah, I think you can do it. I saw your clips in Long Beach, and I think you are a really good driver for a new one.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Yeah, so do you have any word on whether they're going to do more stadium super trucks, or is that all they have planned at the moment?
I think we have Nashville the schedule, but they moved it to the oval, I know, for IndyCar. So we're going to maybe make a temporary track within the oval, which will be fun. I am not sure. We've also raced at Mid-Ohio in the past, but I haven't heard if that's on the books. And then Stadium Super Trucks used to race in Australia. So I think we're trying to get back over there as well.
Yeah, I heard about that, and I think the reason why they stopped was because of the pandemic from a few years ago, I believe.
Yeah, so I think they can get back to it now, hopefully, so.
Yeah. Maybe down the road, maybe you'll start your own UTV service like Robbie.
Right? Maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
Not getting that far yet.
Yeah, not there yet. I would rather start an IndyCar team first and then go into UTV.
Yeah, that would be awesome. So, do you know any good drivers that you think that you're taking a look at for your potential racing down the road, or nah?
One of my good friends that actually was one of the drivers that got me into karting, his name's Jagger Jones, Parnelli Jones's grandson.
Ooh.
We grew up together, and I think he's a really great driver, and he ran Indy next year, or last year, and so I think he would be a great prospect if I owned an IndyCar team, because he just has the talent there, and it's just in his blood at this point.
Yeah.
And he's just a great person on and off the track, and I think he would be really talented, so if I owned an IndyCar team, I would definitely hire him.
Definitely. I know PJ pretty well, his dad.
Nice.
Yeah, he previously appeared on my channel a few years back, and I gotta reach out to him and meet up with him soon.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, PJ was really good in road courses as well, and he had more talent than he was given the opportunity to show, you know?
Yeah, that's why I would love to give Jagger the opportunity to do well.
Yeah, for sure. And did you see how PJ almost won a cup race for AJ Foyt, I believe, at Watkins Glen, I believe?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Have you ever raced Watkins Glen or other road courses, or?
I haven't raced Watkins Glen. I've been to Circuit of the Americas, Road America, Mid-Ohio. Where else? Trying to think. There's so many tracks. Sebring. Lots of different ones for sure.
Yeah, for sure. So, what are your hopes for the future at the moment?
For the near future, would love to see some more Stadium Super Trucks races on the calendar, and then maybe try and get back into the open wheel series, and eventually I want to be starting an IndyCar team, so it's going to be a long process and a lot of fun stuff, but that's the goals for the near future.
Sounds good. Do you have any fundraisers or any social media that you would like to share with the world? Because I saw that you had to fundraise some of your fun expenses for Long Beach.
Yeah, that was a fun way to get the community together. I had a lot of just family, friends, and supporters reach out and were like, how can we help you? How can we sponsor you? And I was like, what a fun way would it be to fly through the air with a bunch of my friends and family and supporters on my truck. So we did a full truck full of names and sponsors and friends' businesses and whatnot. That was such a cool way and so touching when I was driving that truck to be able to have those people on there. As of right now, I don't know what my Nashville truck will be. But all my socials are Zoey, Z-O-E-Y-E Racing on all platforms, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, everywhere. So feel free to follow and stay in touch on there. And yeah, that's the best way to reach me.
So yeah, how can your journey impact race fans?
I think my journey can impact race fans on social media just because I love sharing all aspects of racing. I show the behind the scenes of it's about 20% actually on track, and then it's a lot of writing emails, coming on podcasts, sharing my story, doing interviews, finding sponsorship, building decks, So I think it's a fun way that I can connect with my audiences on social media. I do a lot of behind the scenes and show day-to-day life as well, aside from the racetrack. So it's just a good way to connect with the community and keep people involved and in touch.
Sounds good. I wish you luck with that. So that's all I have for now, but I thank you for coming on.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I really enjoyed it.
Glad to hear you did. So everybody, please check out Zoey on her social media sites and sponsor her potential upcoming truck for Stadium Super Trucks in Nashville, and we'll see you next time on SFM.
Hey everybody, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Please hit like and subscribe if you did so, and please continue supporting our amazing guest. And everybody, we'll see you next time on SFM.
Hi, this is Ted Warner speaking. While the checkered flag is waved for this program, stay tuned for next week for the next episode of SFM. Thanks to Doug Kenny for what he does for motorsports.